I began the meeting by making this statement, which I think needs to be made to the nation. America's public enemy number one in the United States is drug abuse. In order to fight and defeat this enemy, it is necessary to wage a new all-out offensive. I have asked the Congress to provide the legislative authority and the funds to fuel this kind of an offensive. This will be a worldwide offensive. It will be government-wide, pulling together the 9 different fragmented areas within the government in which this problem is now being handled. If we're going to have a successful offensive, we need more money. Consequently, I'm asking the Congress for $155 million in new funds, which will bring the total amount this year in the budget for drug abuse, both in enforcement and treatment, to over $350 million.
Good evening. This is the first time since taking the oath of office that I felt an issue was so important, so threatening, that it warranted talking directly with you, the American people. All of us agree that the gravest domestic threat facing our nation today is drugs. Drugs have strained our faith in our system of justice. Our courts, our prisons, our legal system are stretched to the breaking point.
Together as a nation united. Now we need your support again. Drugs are menacing our society. They're threatening our values and undercutting our institutions. They're killing our children. Tonight, I can report to you that we've made much progress. 37 federal agencies are working together in a vigorous national effort. And by next year, our spending for drug law enforcement will have more than tripled from its 1981 levels. We have increased seizures of illegal drugs. Shortages of marijuana are now being reported. Last year alone, over 10,000 drug criminals were convicted, and nearly $250 million of their assets were seized by the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Worthy of one of these television movies, but we know we must do more because the drug cartels will do more. After all, there's a lot of money in this. So we're already deploying new technologies, increasing the customs budget, doubling the number of Border Patrol agents along the southwest border. And today I'm committing another $73 million to the Defense Department's $800 million counter-narcotics budget to help support the interdiction efforts in Latin America and the Caribbean.
My policy is very simple. It is this country and your government who should decide who comes here and not criminal gangs. Now, the reason that criminal gangs continue to bring small boats over here is because they know that our system can be exploited. That once here, illegal migrants can make a multitude of asylum, modern slavery, and spurious human rights claims to frustrate their removal. And with 100 million people displaced around the world, if we do not deal with it now, the situation will just get worse and worse. That is why today we are introducing legislation to make clear that if you come here illegally, you can't claim asylum, you can't benefit from our modern slavery protections, you can't make spurious human rights claims, and you can't stay. We will detain those who come here illegally and then remove them in weeks, either to their own country if it is safe to do so, or to a safe third country like Rwanda.
To send a clear message to the world's most hardened criminals. There is no safe haven. There is no place that you can hide from justice. Together, we've got the whole world covered. And together, we will defeat you. And look, there is a particular group of organised criminals that urgently need to hear this message. The vile people smugglers. Make no mistake, people smuggling needs a global response, and on a scale way beyond where we are now.
I began the meeting by making this statement, which I think needs to be made to the nation.
The situation will just get worse and worse.